They interviewed this week, which we kind of had in the past. They've had a little, not necessarily beef, but Paul kind of roasted Billy a little bit on what they can do and how successful they can be. Billy kind of came out and brushed it off his shoulder as Billy does. Billy doesn't play with the drama too much. He's not a Jimbo. He's not a Dan Mullen who's kind of just your charismatic, really the kind of like handsy talker. He's just straight. He's like I would say a more modern.
I don't know if I've ever heard anybody called Dan Mullen charismatic.
I mean, he kind of is. Hey, his
Dan
bro.
For a reason.
No, look. Hold on, I'm gonna do it real quick. When he comes to the end, he goes, Sally, that was a crazy first half there. We got to get the boys better going, get going. We're going to go into the locker room here. We're going to talk about it a little bit. And then we're going to get back out here. We're going to get things figured out. All right. Thank you, man. To me, that's charismatic. All right. He's a little fired up. That was pretty good, right?
That was good. Yeah, that was good.
You worked on
that a lot harder than your math going into this. But.
That's what I'm saying. And Muschamp, oh, man, I love me some Muschamp. That guy can bring the butter, bro.
If you're a whiteboard, you better hide the kids, hide the wife, man. That whiteboard will be like torn to shreds if you can't get one zone read right.
I felt like I loved Mullen and Muschamp for that, like their energy they brought. But then it felt like we talked about it. Mullen kind of lacked the anger. It was always just kind of like, "Hey guys, we're gonna do really good today. We're gonna figure this thing out. We're gonna have some good ball game." Woo-woo. Right? It was just too happy all the time. It's like, this is fake. I need you to be pissed, Dan. And be pissed at the right people. Muschamp was ready to just run through a wall at any given second. I was like, yo, like everyone's holding him back. Like, oh shit, coach is fired up. and then Jim was just an absolute square. Like that guy was a cheese ball. He was chewing the shit out of his gum, just like not even caring. I couldn't stand that guy. He was just a fat Pillsbury Doughboy.
That's the weird thing. I forgot about him.
We all try to.
Mullen, and then you got your boy from Texas who would just rip whiteboards off the wall, tear them to shreds, headbutt things. If you could make a baby out of Muschamp and Mullen and call it the Mullen baby or something like that, like the Mullen Florida love child, that might be your coach of the year. That could be the coach of the century, the Mullen baby,
with a little urban swag, with the little quarter zip swag.
That's it. Yeah, that's what the baby. Okay, the Mullen baby has to be born with the 3/4 pull up with the
the quarter zip. He's got to have a little murder in him, because if not, then he's not going to win any football games. So with Paul, we got a little sidetrack there. With Paul and Billy, they got in. They're not got into it, but they were talking. Obviously, they wanted to kind of get Billy's opinion on everything. Paul tried to sprinkle in. He goes, "Hey Billy, what's your thoughts on the whole NIL situation?" And Billy's like, "What are you talking about?" And Paul goes, "You know what I'm talking about." And Billy was like, "I don't." And he started laughing. He goes, "Oh," he goes, "Yeah." He was trying to bait him into the whole Nick Saban and Jimbo thing and try to put him on a side on where does he stand with it. Obviously he coached with Saban, so he probably he's going to favor that a little bit. But I don't know if that was if he doesn't agree or disagree. They asked him his thoughts on it. Let me where my notes on this on his thoughts on the NIL. Billy said he liked him basically. So I think NIL is part of the game. It's part of the competition. Right, which obviously we've talked about as well. He seems to be a big fan of it and kind of enjoying it. And look, if we play by the rules, I think it's going to do well. But Paul kept trying to poke the bear and see what he would say. And look, Bill is your typical political coach. Just kind of played the line. He's like, I got nothing against this. He's like, I've got no dog in the fight here. Saban's a great guy. Jimbo's a great guy. Paul seemed to be a little frustrated. I think he wanted to stir it up a little bit. I was like, you got the wrong guy. Bring Lane Kiffin in. He'll rile it up. Right? Bring in Dion. He'll rile it up. Billy is the last guy to rile this thing up. The last guy.
Yeah, look, we talked about it a little bit on the precast. Like Billy understands the coaching room. We talk about the quarterback room for Florida, the running back room for Florida. Billy understands the coaching room. He's got some pretty big egos and some other schools that he's going to have to go to battle with. The Nick Saban, who Jimbo called the god of football. You got Jimbo over there who's got just a blank check waiting to write it. Kirby's over here just winning national championships and looking like a perennial powerhouse doing it. What does he want Billy to say? Billy's just gonna be like, didn't hear a thing. I didn't.
I got nothing to say.
Oh no, I didn't hear a thing about that. Wow, that'd be crazy. How long they've been going back and forth at that? About a week and a half.
I didn't even know.
He's doing exactly what he's supposed
he goes,
to do.
I'm in phase 5. Are you talking about the Regimen phase 5? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, this upbeat draft thing where
When you said egos, it got me thinking, right? So obviously Curry got an ego, Jimbo's got an ego, Saban's got an ego. Lane dabbles in the ego. And I think our past Gator coaches have come in, Mullen with an ego, Muschamp, and it's like, look, they have to. They feel like, I'm a Gator coach. I have to be this big, hoorah. But to me, it feels like Billy kind of eats the humble pie. He's very calm, cool, and collected. He doesn't really care to be the big guy in the room, but he's one of those guys that, like, honestly, you aspire to be like, because they're not loud, but they still carry a lot of weight. They don't have to say much, but you still feel them. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what the vibes he gives me.
The school does enough for him in that regard. Florida's had enough history in football to just have the brand recognition of walking in, with the logo on your chest. Billy's just smart enough to not use the logo before he's put a product on the field. And I think maybe Mullen did. And
yes, we talked about that all the time.
From the Dakotas that was a mouth chewer. I can't remember. I can never remember
Jim
that
McElwain.
Yes, he used the logo almost too soon. Like, you haven't earned anything, and you're using the sweater vest as something that is a power move. So he's doing it the right way. And the other thing to keep in mind is that Billy waited for the right job. He had other offers. He wanted the Florida job, and he waited to take it. He waited to get it, and he waited to take it. So I don't think he needs, in his own mind, to inflate how he feels about it.
Sure.
Again, where Muschamp, I think, was a little bit, not Muschamp, but McElwain was a little bit out of his league. He came from Colorado State. He coached well at Colorado State, but I think he was a little bit too unprepared for the job, maybe. And I don't think Billy is. I think Billy's prepared for the job, and he understands, the logo doesn't speak for you. You speak for the logo.
Oh, before you go, make sure you guys check out this video right here. It's brand spanking new. It's shiny. It's beautiful. It's gonna be a great one. I promise you. Make sure you like that video too, and also too, don't forget to subscribe somewhere in this vicinity right here.